Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Public Health's virtual education series, Wažookį, Family Conversations. I'm Renelle, public health nurse, and joined today by Jamie, CHR supervisor, who will help me moderate today's session. The goal of this series is to gather, learn, and share about Ho-Chunk culture, resources, services, and the connection to health. In public health, we focus on prevention, promotion, and the protection of the health and well-being of our communities. Health and well-being are rooted in many aspects of our lives, from our physical body, our mental health, our spirit, the environment we live in, and much more. During these sessions, we will explore topics that can impact our health and well-being. Together, we will learn about tools and resources to improve our health and the health of our communities. Today, we're happy to have Leslie Falcon, the Education Materials Director and Librarian for the Ho-Chunk Community Library. She's going to share about the creation of the library, the impacts the library has on the community, and how to access library resources. We'll have about 45 minutes for Leslie's presentation, followed by a Q&A. Please use the chat function to enter any comments or questions for our presenter, and Jamie and I will monitor the chat throughout the presentation and read the questions for our presenter at the end. You can also raise your hand and come off mute during the Q&A to ask questions out loud. If there are any questions that we don't have time for, we will bring back to Leslie to answer and then send those out to the group. This session is being recorded and will be shared on our DOH website and Facebook page. Everyone, please welcome Leslie Falcon.
Hi, everybody. I am super excited to be here. I want to say thank you for inviting me to talk about the library. The library is something that is very near and dear to my heart, so I just love telling everybody about the books and the different resources and everything that we have over here. So thank you very much for having me. We will jump right in and get into my slides. Just a little background on me really quick. I am an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma. I have been living in Black River Falls for about 23 years. I have 4 Ho-Chunk enrolled children and just really love this community, and I'm super excited to be able to be here at the library. So with that, I will jump in here to the, oh, I don't see where it says I can share my screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, right. Awesome. Okay. So here at the Ho-Chunk Community Library, we're going to talk a little bit about how it all began, the incredible volunteers and the community, all the different things that they have done to help with the library that was so quick, and then the services that we offer. So a lot of people don't realize that the library is actually a collaboration between the library board and the Ho-Chunk Nation Department of Education. The people down here on the bottom are all the people on the board. Ryan and myself are non-voting members, and the rest are voting members. So how it all began. Elders Joanne Jones and Janice Rice were concerned about the resurgence of book banning in the United States. There's been a lot of minority written books that have been challenged or banned in a bunch of different public libraries as well as in school districts. So they were concerned about this, and they went to the Executive Director of Education, Ryan Crane, and asked him, well, what are you doing about this problem? And Ryan said, well, hey, you should meet Leslie, because she's been working on a Native authored library in the education department for about 2.5 years under the Preparing Oneself for a Good Life grant. Basically, that grant allowed us to be able to do book clubs and art clubs for youth K through 12. And as part of those book clubs, they were all Native authored books. So as this got started, did I skip a slide? No, okay. So as this got started, I want to talk about the incredible volunteers and the community members, because without everybody that helped, there is no way that this project would have happened. You know, first off, the library board members immediately began to attend different area meetings, letting everybody know what, you know, we were trying to do it, about this different project, and trying to garner support from everyone in all the different communities, because eventually we want to be able to have different little pop-up libraries in each one of the districts. So we're trying very hard to move towards that. Right now, it's just we don't quite have the staff and the funding yet, but that's what we want to move towards, so that everyone would be able to access the library easier. So as we were going, space was granted through the planning department for the library's headquarters. We went over, we talked to them, and they said that we could be up in where the old child watch room is. And so that's where we are right now. If you all have a chance, come over, check us out. We've really grown. It has been an amazing adventure, because we haven't even been over here a year yet. On December 20th, the tribal office building maintenance moved me over here. Before I was in the education department, and I had books and art supplies and stuff in all these different cubicles everywhere. And you know, basically was just taking up a lot of space over there with all these different books that I was sending to the kids and all the different art supplies. So they moved me over here, and I was going to start being the librarian in the space. They moved all the art supplies and all the native authored books that we had in the education department's collection over here as well. At that time, Joanne Jones, who had a book donation collection from her friend Rosa Escamilla, it was a very wonderful donation that she had received from her friend, and we moved that also into this space and began starting to work on processing books and getting them out on the shelves. So basically the library began with materials donated from various sources. The D1 staff was amazing. They were supportive. Anything that we needed, they really stepped up and helped. We had so many, it was just kind of like a whirlwind. All these different things just kind of aligned at a perfect time, and we were able to move forward rather quickly. So we just got over here December 20th. On February 1st was our first meeting for the IMLS grants. We found out that there were two grants, a basic and an enhancement. The planning department and Carol Garvin was amazing. She helped write and submit both the grants for the library. The grants, of course, had to go through the legislative approval, and they were submitted under the education department to be eligible for the grants. To be able to do that, we had to be offering services out of here. We had to have an employee, which was me under education, and we also had to have shelves. So the services that were provided were the art clubs and book clubs for some of our community members that were involved in the program, and then we knew we were moving towards having a fully functional open library. We just needed the time to keep preparing the space and getting the books on the shelves. So here on February 19th, you see a preview of the library. So we wanted to show people that we were here, what we were trying to do. It was just the very start. So as you can see, we only had about 4 bookshelves. We had a little place to process books. We wanted to bring in arts too. But as you can see, there isn't a lot there because we didn't have a lot yet. We wanted to focus on the banned books, which you will see to your right. All these books have either been banned or have been challenged. And all these books were off the American Indians and Children's Literature website. So if you are interested in some really good Native American children's literature, I would suggest going to that website because they have a lot of really good points on there, and it's just a wonderful resource. Down at the bottom, you'll also see the library board as it was on the day of the preview. So I just want to talk a little bit about the donations. After we had the preview, we were so very fortunate because people came in, they saw, you know, what we were trying to do, and were so supportive, and they were so happy to help, which is amazing. You know, that's what you want in the community. You want the community to want to come in and use the services, and, you know, really be a part of what you're trying to do. We were very grateful for the President's office offering to provide library shelving and some display cases. And as you'll see later, they are absolutely beautiful. The Good Life Grant also provided some shelving, some book trolleys, has been doing supplies and stuff over here. The community members gave book collections, donated time and resources to help make this dream a reality. And so many community members, I can't list them all on here, have been just amazing. I wish I could, but you know, there's so many, and I'm very grateful. We also had a mural of a book applique painted on the wall. It's right above our children's section of our Native Author Children's section. And it was done by the Hoocak Museum Director, Josie Lee. Josie and I also work closely together on doing art clubs for the K-12 children as well. All those supplies are purchased and sent to the kids, and then we do them over the web. So that can happen all over the United States. Ken Lewis created our amazing new logo, and also as we talk more about how the books are set up, we wanted to make the library to where it was something that anyone could come in and enjoy, and they didn't have to worry about how they were going to find the book that they wanted. So we have actually made up special spine labels for people to be able to go and, oh, I want a book about Ho-Chunks. Here's one with this certain spine label so you can find it, and it's about Ho-Chunks. Hey, we want a book about MMIW awareness, or any of those MMIW are missing murdered Indigenous women and relatives, because it not only happens to women, it happens to men as well. So we have special tags on the outside of the book, so when anyone comes in, they can come and find it very, very easily. It's set up more like a bookstore instead of with the Dewey Decimal System or the Library of Congress. So we wanted to make it extremely easy for everyone to be able and just find, you know, what they wanted. And then we were very blessed by having a big donation from Zora in Florida. We just happened to run into a Native author at WIEA and Wisconsin Indian Education Association, and he's like, hey, we have this friend who has this collection and she wants to give it away. And if any, you know, the only thing is you got to go to Florida and you got to pack it up and you got to bring it back. And so we sure did. We went down there with a Tribal Libraries, Archives, and Museums student that was working here in the library as her practicum for her school, and a wonderful community member who volunteered her time, myself, and I also took 2 other volunteers, and we loaded up books in the Florida heat for 3 days for 10 to 12 hours, and took all these boxes to the post office and mailed them back here to us. And we ended up having over 2,501 books that we sent back that could be loaded in the system. And then we have many others that we're still getting in because they were either books that hadn't been released yet for print, and others that were classics or didn't have a ISBN number. So we're getting those in. There will be even more books on the shelves here before long. So that's exciting. For our volunteers, we had Tribal Libraries, Archives, and Museums. Cassie Leeport and her students were absolutely amazing. I can't sing their praises enough. They came and they helped provide manpower on so many different things. I just can't sing their praises enough. One thing about the library, we are trying as hard as we can to have the books on the shelves, to have everything around and ready to start events. Right now, we're just have to kind of be patient with us a little bit because a library this size normally has between 4 and 6 people. And right now there's me. We are getting ready to hire a library assistant, which I'm super excited about, which will also be here. At the very end of the presentation, you will see the hours that we have for the library for people to come in. Those will change when the new staff person comes on, because we'll be able to be here more. Normally, though, if I'm here, come on in. I don't necessarily hold to those, but to those hours. But if I'm here, come on in. I want to give a shout out to the D1 staff and food distribution, because they helped me amazingly with the shelving and putting it together. And you know, you always have those little snafus when you're setting up a brand new adventure, and we had shelving that was supposed to be able to be brought down off the back of a lift, and they didn't have a lift on the truck. So food distribution was amazing. It helped us, and just very grateful for that. And then for the volunteers and for the staff that helped me here put everything together. Like I said, so many community members have donated time, hours of hard work, and have helped just to document the adventure, whether it's on Facebook with different photos or just being here to help with whatever's needed. Just want to throw those shouts out there. So it was very, very quick. Remember, moved over here December 20th, and now here it is September 12th, and we are ready for the grand opening. So that's not even a year yet. And so here we go. We are now open. This is a shot of the grand opening itself. When we let everyone come into the library for the first time, you'll notice that we have the books on the shelves. They're tagged. We also have different arts up on the walls, and we do have some display cases that you can't see in this photo. Speakers were invited to come and talk about the library and about how important libraries are just all around. We also had a meal provided, and everyone was invited to come and see the library and makerspace. The library board did a great job setting up the whole grand opening, so I want to give them a shout out for that. When we opened, we were a read only until the library cards could be obtained. So that day you could put in an application for a library card. However, you couldn't get one yet because they weren't printed yet to us. They had been ordered, but they weren't here yet. Also at this time, we announced that we did in fact receive the IMLS grants. So we had received both the basic and the enhancement grants for the upcoming year. That is how we are actually getting our library assistant. So I'm extremely grateful for the blessing of that. And Carol Garvin is amazing. Yeah, her and her team were amazing. So what do we have right now? For our services offered, right now we are a fully functional library. So the library cards are in. If anyone would like to get a library card, all you've got to do is just email me or stop by the library and I will send you a form. Fill it out and you can have your card that same day within like 5 minutes. So we are totally ready for people to come in, and I got to tell you, the first time that we checked out books, I was super happy because it was just so cool to see people excited to come in and look at the books. And you know, we focus on Indigenous literature. However, we have all kinds of different books. So, you know, if you're looking for Indigenous authored or non-Indigenous authored, we have a pretty vast collection over here. So please come in, check it out. And like I said, they are in the different genres, so they're super easy to come in and find what you want. Relax, browse the stacks, see what we have. We've got some seating here, or if you need to come in and work on some homework or anything like that, that is available. We will be starting book clubs for adults, so please watch for those announcements as soon as we get our library assistant in here. She will be helping with those book clubs for adults. One thing I didn't talk about much here yet is the makerspace. So our makerspace is actually a pretty cool thing. It is a place for people to be able to come in and make all different kinds of art. We have places on the walls where people can come in and work on finger weaving. We've had many classes of different sewing, and we sometimes collaborate with the Good Life Grant and JOM for this area to be able to come in and use the machines, and families will work on whatever they need to for their kids. It's especially busy right before the school powwows at the different schools. We'll have parents come in, families come in, and be able to use the machines and work on whatever regalia they want to make. It's just a really cool opportunity for people to come in. We are looking at a bunch of different events for the makerspace, and we also take people's suggestions. Let's say that, okay, they want to have a class on how to make shawls. Well, that is something that's in the works. We are going to be doing some old school shawls. So we're excited about that. And you'll see those different event announcements coming up. So please watch out, on your social media, on the emails, all those different kinds of things. We also really love to allow people to use that space. You just have to contact me, and we can figure out a time to reserve the room, or if you want to have a special event. A lot of times they'll reserve the makerspace through me, and then they'll also want to reserve the community ed room, which is right up here in D1. So for that, we would have to contact D1 as well to make sure that we have those spaces, because the makerspace, although it's mighty, it's kind of small. So we will have to have some extra room. We very often collaborate with different departments, outside entities, all those things. So, community supportive services, all different kinds of programs. So we are more than happy to do collaborations if anyone is interested in collaborating. And we'll be, of course, looking forward to the IMLS grant programming. So one thing, I think sometimes people don't always think about libraries and how really awesome they are and the things that they can offer to the community. So don't forget about us. Like, these are some of the benefits of the library and the makerspaces. So there is vast amount of studies that show that Native Americans that have access to culture improves mental health. So, we are a place where people can come and read all different kinds of Native authored literature, to be able to see, different tribes' thoughts, hear different voices in Native American literature. And we're just really excited to have all these things and know that it is a safe place where you can come. The library is welcoming to everyone. We do not judge what you read. That is not our place. We are here to check out the books, and we are here to have you have a wonderful experience while you're here. We have some topics that we know that maybe other people might not be as accepting. So we do have tags that we put on the inside of the books for some of those. So you don't have to have any fear about other people maybe not being as accepting and as courteous as they should be. So please know that it is a safe, welcoming space over here. You also have access to materials and knowledge from Native artists in the makerspace. Whenever we have events, we really try to have knowledge keepers, or we try to have elders on site, to where you can spend time with them, listen to the way that they do their craft, and we know that everyone also kind of has their own way of doing things, but we love to have everyone in here to say how they do it, and we love to have that wisdom shared here, and which we know once again improves mental health, because we have a tie to our culture and a tie to our identity, and it helps foster a strong sense of connection and belonging to your community. So that is one thing that the library strives to offer, is that place for people to be able to come and to connect and just to enjoy their time over here. We also provide Indigenous authored literature from so many of the different nations, where we're not focusing on like one area. We also have books from different Indigenous peoples in different continents as well. So you can come, you can read all kinds of different literature and learn about different things as well. And then we are always building our collection up. So I have actually, I'm one of those people that when I'm on Facebook and I see a brand new Native authored book, I'm taking a screenshot, and I'm gonna try as hard as I can to be able to get that book in here. If there are books that you know of that you want in the library, or that you think would be good for the community, we are very happy to take suggestions. All you have to do is just send me an email, give me a call, let me know, and we are happy to do that. Yeah, whether it be fiction, whether it be nonfiction, whatever you all feel like you would like to have in here, you want to also do that. There is a spot on the library card application where it does ask if you are a Ho-Chunk Nation tribal member, or if you are a Native tribal member, and we encourage you to fill that out so we can put that in our system. In case we have any books that come in for your tribe, we can direct you to that specific sovereign nation's authors. Or also, eventually, we will have some things that maybe are only culturally appropriate for certain clans or things like that. Right now, we are not set up like that, but eventually we will have those, and so then you'll be able to say, okay, I am this clan, I would like to see this. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of the knowledge that we do have here. So so right now, like I said, the library hours, they do change due to if there's illness, because I do have children, or maybe the facility is closing for some reason. The hours may change, but like I said, I am very happy to be here. And if you see me back here, come on in. I'm normally available. If the door is locked, you can try to knock. Sometimes I can't hear, but most of the time the door's open. If the lights are off, that doesn't necessarily mean we're not here, because we have the motion lights, and the motion lights are sometimes not our friend. They don't always come on in the hallway. So just because they're not on in the hallway doesn't mean that we're not here or that it's not open. And then sometimes we can be sitting in the desk, doing work up front, and the lights will go out on us, and we have to like wave our arms around like the little Gumby guy, and turn the lights back on. So just because the lights are not on does not mean we're not here. If it's during those hours and there isn't a note on the door, more than likely we are here. Okay. And any other time, like if you have an event that you'd like to have, or just want to be able to come in sooner, give me a call. If there are hours available, or if I can make it happen, I will make it happen. We're trying to be as open and do whatever we can. Okay, I see there is a hand raised.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could share your email with us, because I'd like to make a visit over and I'd like to set that up with you.
Yes, I sure can.
Awesome, thank you.
So it is the LESLIE.Falcon, FALCON at HO-CHUNK.com. Oh, thank you. Yes, they put it in the chat. But yeah, you can send me an email. Like I said, I am the only person here, so it may take me like a day or so if I have something going on, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. I also do art club at the Black River Falls High School once to twice a week. They're teaching different Native arts there. And then I work on the Heart Spirits Legacy Art Project with some other wonderful people. So sometimes my time is a little split between the library and those different commitments, but I am more than happy to do any kind of tour or anything like that. So, all right, let's see. And I will stop screen sharing. There we go.
We don't have anything in the chat, but does anybody have any questions or comments for Leslie?
I'm sorry?
What was the name of the website you recommended for Indigenous children's books?
American Indians in Children's Literature. It's by Debbie Reese. She is the person who maintains that website, an extremely wonderful, wonderful resource. There have been instances where people have claimed Native American heritage, and then it's come out later that they are not. And so she has a list of those books as well. We have our collection actually separated for the most part of Native authored and non-Native authored, with the exception of a couple of different sections, like the military section. We wanted to have one really, wonderful military section where people could come in and they could look at all different kinds of genre, or all different kinds of books there. So, but they are going to be labeled which ones are Indigenous and not Indigenous. We're getting there as soon as we can. We just got some really awesome book spine labels, and Ken Lewis designed those as well. They're really neat. So looking forward to getting to that too. We do take donations. If anyone has anything that they are wanting to donate, if it doesn't work in we have a form that you can fill out for the donation. If it does not work in our permanent collection, we do have some shelving that's located in the hallway right before you get into the door of the library. And those will start to be used for like a community book swap. So the ones that we can't have, because, you know, we're not in that big of a space, we will hold as many library books as we can, but the space we will eventually outgrow pretty quickly. We're almost there now. So for materials that we just really don't have room for, it will go out for the community book swap, and then community members can come in, bring a book if they want, take a book, or just take a book. But yeah, we want to be able to have that there for the community. So, but we need the form filled out so we can know where to send the thank you. So please fill out the form if you're gonna bring something in. We have DVDs that have come in. We've also had some magazines that are coming in. We are continuing to build our collection and build the different things that are available to the community. And we have big dreams and big hopes over here for how this is going to grow and the different services that we're going to be able to offer. But right now it's just a building process, and, you know, getting more space, more funding, and more people. So, is there anything else I could answer? Anybody have any other questions? Ryan.
Hey, thanks for calling on me. Great presentation. You do fantastic work. I just wanted to jump on and say how proud we are of you and all the work that you've done. So thank you so much for all your dedication.
Thank you, Ryan.
Well, I feel like that's the best way we could possibly end this. Well, Pinagidi, thank you for joining us today, Leslie, and sharing so many wonderful things that the library is doing. I can't wait to make it down there and check it out. As a reminder, this session is recorded and will be available on the Department of Health website and Facebook page. We look forward to seeing everyone at our next session, Wednesday, January 8th at 1 o'clock. We will be joined by Holly Rodenberg, nurse at Hoocak Healthcare Center, to discuss commercial tobacco cessation, and Randall Blackdeer to talk about the cultural significance of traditional tobacco. We welcome all feedback related to this series, and if you have a topic that you would like to learn more about, or if you'd like to present on a topic, please reach out to Jamie and I. We will put our contact information in the chat. With that, thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.